Well, you got two more golfers headed
Yeah.
to Augusta. Just how neat is it for you guys that this is becoming more of a regular thing, and just what does this tournament mean for you, your players, and the program?
Um, it's interesting because I don't know if we'd had one before we got here, and yeah, the fact that we keep continuing to have young ladies play is great, and the relationship that I have with them, that I get invited back, is even more special. So, um, I there are a lot of special places in golf, but that's probably the mecca of them. It's a celebration for amateur golf, and just how they get treated in their experiences, it's first class. So, to be able to see the look on their face and hear the stories they come back from is even more special too.
Obviously, the Masters speaks for itself,
Yeah.
but just what is this tournament doing for the amateur level of women's golf right now?
Well, it's funny, it used to be, I don't know, whatever it was in the recruiting process, I want to do X, Y, or Z, and now it's, the first thing you say is I want to play in Augusta Women's Amateur. So, that takes a lot of years to probably build up a ranking to get to that. So it's not like it's a one-off thing where you played good in one tournament and you get in. So I think that's what speaks to Katja and Vanessa, and looking even at Della, but that they've had a couple years of great golf that gets them the invitation.
Is there anything different that you say to your players as they head into Augusta as opposed to any other tournament?
Enjoy it. I think there's a lot of people that would give whatever it is to just be on the grounds or go to watch it, much less play it. Kata, heck, she's practically a member now, as many times as she's played it. But, I'm excited for Vanessa's first times. It's still special for Kata whenever she goes there. So, I just hopefully the week goes by fast, but just take it as slow as possible and just be where your feet are. All this stuff will be here when you get back.
Had you ever been to Augusta before y'all had a golfer go?
No, I hadn't. My first, when I was at Houston, had a player, Leonie Harm, that qualified. That was the first year they had it and caddied for her. I've sit with my wife. I've gotten to go play it, and it's just special. You never just, it's like you can't explain it. It's just you see it and hear it on TV, but just there's nothing out of place. It's just a special place that they'll remember this week for the rest of their lives.
Do you get a lot of texts or calls asking people to get you a shirt
I
or a
normally turn my
hat?
phone off. Brandon, I'm sure he'll have a wish list before we know it. But no, the crazy thing is, the funny thing is, it's just, on Saturday is the one time that merch is open. And there'll be a line from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and there'll be some people that don't even get in. It's crazy what, just that place does. But it's really been neat to see the first year that it was now. Like, it's like a normal Thursday, Friday, or Saturday at the Masters, that what the young ladies get to play in front of from the crowd standpoint on Saturday. So it makes you smile just thinking about it.
You mentioned it being totally different than it being on TV, and it's just a totally different vibe. How would you describe Augusta in just a sentence or a few words?
Man, what you don't get to appreciate is from the undulation, how far down and up the property goes. There's really not a flat lie out there, so you constantly just stay uncomfortable. Greens, everybody talks about how lightning fast they are. We're at Miramont today, and one of the members here, he just came back from playing there, and he said he had some 4 putts and 3 putts, and that sounds about right. But just the reverence of the place. I think you don't see a piece of trash. There's not even pine straw out of place. It's just immaculate. But I don't know. I could compare it to Disneyland, Disney World. Like, you just kind of walk in the gates and there it is. It's just, it's golf's holy land.
With Vanessa and Kata in particular, what have you seen from them kind of this spring, just kind of how they're playing, the things they're doing well, the things y'all are working on with them?
Yeah, I think it's going to be, I'm excited to see Vanessa go around the place. Kata, it brings out a different gear of her. Like, Kata could not be playing good coming into this week, and she'll go play great there. So I'm excited to see, both they're playing well. I'm excited to see just how this tests their game and what we can learn from that week to help them get better when they get back. But I haven't seen Vanessa be able to go around it. And Champions Retreat, where they actually play the first 2 rounds, is an amazing test as well. So I'm excited to see how they prepare. It's nice being able to go around there a bunch of times so I can help them in the one practice round they get of just the shots and where hole locations will be. But I think both of them will do extremely well this week.
Now that you've done this a few times, just how do you feel like this tournament, like, it's kind of in the heart of y'all's spring schedule. Like, how does that shake out where, you're going and kind of doing this one-off event that's big and grand, you're having fun. How does that how do you feel like that kind of fits into the big picture of the season as well?
It's crazy. A lot of college coaches says it doesn't fit. You know, it's just right. It's right around postseason. Everything's kind of coming to a head. You got finals coming up, but it's Augusta. You're not going to say no, or you're not going to move it around. And for them, it fits the week before the Masters, so it's never going to change. We've just had to kind of block 2 weeks out of our schedule to allow for our young ladies to go. And it's a good problem if you have players going. So don't get me wrong there. It's just at a time that stress levels are high, and you're trying to bring everything together, and you got players playing somewhere else. So a lot of coaches don't schedule around this. So all a good problem.